Thank you, thank you. I don't know what happened. I was just cut off. Just cut off. We're on a Mercury retrograde, and it is about 2:30 in the morning. The height of the witching hour. So sometimes these things happen. I hate doing the part three because then that means that I have to do part three for all of them. Now remember, it's 144 combinations. That's a lot. No, so okay. So I got cut off because I got caught off in my drink and it went down the wrong pipe. And then, and I didn't touch anything. And he just poof just went off. I'm sorry. But it didn't mess up my high though. It's the holidays. Sometimes it's a glitch. These things happen. Yeah, yeah, Dominican, gotta have. I mean, I could be having like a little bourbon, but I don't know. I don't know if I even want that. But I will take the Dominican rum. Oh, it's delicious, you know. And it's part of the Loire. It's what we do, you know. But I was about to talk about Sagittarian. I gave you a little synopsis about Cancer and what her needs are, and if we safeguard her emotions, you're in a better footing than if you kind of don't invest the time and energy to know who this person is. That will be such a crime to do to this woman, which is why I will not advise that you should enter a relationship with a Cancer woman if you're not going to know how to treat her, because it will be absolute sadism for you to mistreat this woman. Now, if it was a Cancer man, not so much. You'd be surprised. Still, uh, it's not something that a Sagittarian woman would do to a Cancer man. No, but it's certainly something that a Sagittarian man would do either intentionally or unintentionally, but most likely unintentionally to a Cancer girl. And not because it would be because of absent-mindedness and lack of thought or thoughtlessness, because he can be kind of thoughtless, and that this is the problem with fire signs. This is a fire sign issue where and I can attest to it because, like I said, I'm all fire and I have an Aries moon, and I have been accused of being thoughtless and inconsiderate. I have a twin brother whom I haven't seen in almost 20 years. Bad blood between us. And a lot of it is because of my temper and my tempestuous, aggressive, Aryan-like nature. I have a lot of fire. I'm not your typical Virgo. So I can understand and somewhat empathize with the Sagittarian because he's so into himself that he doesn't know that sometimes his own excitement can be kind of a little abrasive and damaging to someone that's a little bit more faint at heart. That is not to say that it's his fault. It's no one's fault. If he meets someone that functions on a lower vibration as far as excitable energy than he or she, then it might mean that he might need to amp up that energy for that individual to bring it up, or she or he, or that he might need to calm down these fiery energies and funnel it in a more structuralized form. So it can go either way with Cancer Sag. And Cancer, being the cardinal sign, probably will be the one that will have the and start the impetus towards improving her Sagittarian man. Now, because she is the ultimate nurturer. Okay, but mentioning a couple of things about Sagittarians, she said a couple of things about Cancer. It's really called for here. Okay. If you're going today to switch gears and go into the Sagittarian man for a minute. If you're going to date a Sagittarian man as a Cancer woman, you have to have this as a template in your Bible of men that you date. Because a Cancer woman keeps a diary of all the men that she dates and that that she takes to bed too. Kind of like a Lady Chatterley, you know. I wonder if she was a Scorpio and a Cancer instead of a Pisces. The lifestyle is very Piscean, but the recollection of those delicious delights of the past, it's certainly Cancerian. So I won't be surprised. But the one thing that as women, whether you're a Cancer woman or not, is that you should understand about the Sagittarian man. Okay, Sagittarius is bright, optimistic, and friendly. Okay, bright, optimistic, and friendly. Unfortunately, he's the same way with everybody. He is. Oh no, he is. He's the same way with his platonic friends, and he is the same way with his girlfriends. The Sagittarian girl is also the same way, socially, with potential lovers as well as with her platonic man friends or boyfriends, guys that she don't sleep with. He is rather naive and at times gullible, like an adolescent young boy going through puberty and sexual awakening. We've all been there. Okay, he okay, what did I put here? He's volatile, he's youthful, sexual. He vibrates. His youthful, sexual readiness and restlessness at any age with excitement and, unfortunately, with a certain degree of carelessness, which can confuse and frighten the Cancerian woman. Because, you have to understand that this is a very delicate girl. Even if she's a roughneck, which she very well can be, that doesn't mean that that's the modality of being that she chooses to be. It could be a momentary phase that she's going through. She really prefers to be in still waters and be calm. That's really what she prefers. And she wants someone to provide that for her, someone that can vibrate at her level. The Sagittarian man, being a fire sign, is going to look his sexual energy. And Sagittarians are known to be the horseman. So their penises or their anatomy can reach their knees. That can be very endowed men. And that can be men that can be, and even if they're not, their sexual behavior in the bedroom is that of a horse. And it can be intense and rough riding. And that can be a little bit intimidating to the Cancer girl, depending on what kind of Cancer girl you got. That don't mean that she won't take, them loins and ride it like a true champ, because a Cancer woman can get down like that. But it's not something that she's going to do initially. That's something that she has to make sure that she can give of herself and feel free psychologically to expose that vulnerability of her sexual appetite and expression of herself with a man and not be judged or criticized of it. That's not something that she's going to just open and give to you right off the bat. That's going to take time for Miss Cancer to trust you, to be able to reveal those inner recesses of her passions to you. And if the Sagittarian man is not paying attention and is being careless, the Cancer woman is going to detect that, and she will never be the type of woman that the type of Sagittarian man could actually enjoy and really benefit from, because she's definitely going to enjoy him that way. But will he? Will he understand what kind of woman he's got in his midst? See, and that becomes the issue. You know, the Sagittarian man can be very self-unaware, and in that self-unawareness, also not see what's in front of him that could be of any good to him. And this is the gullibility of Sagittarian that can cause him to stumble. Yeah, yeah. The woman is also quite gullible, though. And if she's young enough, can be manipulated. Not easily, though, but she can. She can be deceived and led not easily either, but she can be led astray, if she meets the right one. But never for long. She, like Mr. Sagittarius, wises up very quickly and then proceeds to switch gears on you and turn the tables against you. Or she can become bored with you and without warning leave your life as easily as she came to it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. If Sagittarians like you, man or woman, they'll respect and be tolerant of your shortcomings because he or she will see as well as will see very well into the good part of you and the bad. See, there are people that can actually see the good in you and the bad. They might not say it in your face, but they know who you are, and they don't have to say anything. So you have to understand that there are beings out there that have that power of discernment and can see right through you. Understand that Sagittarius is one of those people, and so is Cancer. But they use a different modality than the other elements of the signs. A relationship usually falls under the lap of a Sagittarius rather than he going out to look for one. He's never looking for a relationship. He stumbles into one. That's really what's going on here. He's not the kind that goes out of his way, okay, to find a relationship. It finds him, okay? This is easy due to his jovial, carefree, and indifferent attitude towards people and towards life. It's almost like the gods send him the right people to protect him and safeguard him, because again, he's the son of Zeus, Jupiter, so he is always lucky. And some of you have actually written to me and told me that Sagittarius is like whack because he's always lucky for no reason. I read that. I read a lot of your comments. I read every single one of your comments. It might take me weeks, months, because I go back to these sites and I reread them to see if it's been recent, and then I make a comment because I'm very concerned about your opinion, because that makes me a more efficient astrologer. So yeah, Sagittarius, both male and female, do not take life seriously. And you see, Cancer kind of does. Now, again, this is the cardinal expression of Cancer. What I really like and admire and respect about Miss Cancer or Mr. Cancer is that they thank God for their cardinality, because it's a cardinal sign. They will get shit done. Even if they are going to their own internal nightmares. Phyllis Hyman, who was a Cancer, she was a singer. She committed suicide. But she committed suicide being a wealthy woman. And she put things in place before she took her life. It's a horrible analogy, but it lends to the almost borderline obsession of Cancer providing security for her family and herself and her family. She made sure that before she did that horrific act, that there was something left, And I know Phyllis Hymas, and I met her husband back in the day. I'm not gonna go into details about it because I'm not allowed to go into details about it. But I understood what that was, as far as from a public perspective. And she was a Cancer. I was devastated when I heard about it, and I was young too. So Cancer can go through some very powerful depressions. She needs someone like the Sagittarian with fire to burn that depression and take her out of herself, bring her out, and and just turn her out. Sometimes she needs to be turned out. And the Sagittarian man or the Sagittarian woman towards the Cancer man, turn him out, in, out. I'm serious, and sometimes you need that. You need that. And I like Sagittarius for that. They are good for that. They are very good for that. See, fire is necessary. Okay. Everything is rather like a grain of salt for the Sagittarian. For them, man or woman. Life to the Sagittarian is relative, transient, and non-lasting. Because of these values, he decides from time to time to withdraw from the demands of an interpersonal relationship. And this can be done due to the feeling threatened that his freedom will be taken away. See, so he can use it for logistic and real altruistic reasons, or he can use it as a cop out, as an excuse. The only truth to this statement is that Sagittarians do have an issue with freedom, and they need that freedom. I don't think I've ever met a Sagittarian that lived in a small apartment. The most Sagittarians that I've ever met lived in huge apartments or huge houses. Remember, Jupiter is the largest planet in the solar system, our particular solar system. So and I know many people that have Jupiter in Cancer that come from large homes. Oh my God, like Gone with the Wind in the South, huge homes, huge, with huge acres. This is the beauty of Cancer.